Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another exciting duel for you guys. I have Everton here with me.
So, yeah, I was actually in the duel,
Yeah,
and now I'm giving commentary on my own match.
yeah, I have no idea about the very specifics of Salamangreat. I know how to play the deck, but I don't know it perfectly like Everton does, in my opinion. And since we have a quite special mirror match for us today, I thought why not get him on the show? And yeah, so your opponent was Niels Vossen, a very well-known Belgian player. Did you expect him to play Salamangreat, or?
Yeah, I actually did because I think he's been playing the deck since release, and whenever I play against him in real life, he's always playing the same deck, and he even has everything Salamangreat sleeves, deck box, playmat, and he says he doesn't even care if his opponent knows that. So, yeah,
That's fair
it's
enough.
yeah.
Okay, and quite interesting that you both stayed on the same deck. You both were ready to face the mirror.
Yeah, I think the mirror is really enjoyable because okay, Nibiru makes it a little bit less enjoyable,
Yeah,
but yeah, in every mirror match, you have some kind of
unfair plays. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like in the first format of Salamangreat, you had a Fusion of Fire OTK. Now that it's basically gone, you have Nibiru.
yes, indeed. That's one of the best cards against Salamangreat right now, and being in the main deck of both players, I believe. So yeah, let's jump straight into the duel. Did you win the die roll or did you lose?
I won the die roll, and I didn't open amazing, just decent. I mean,
How long did you
it
guys
could have
wait to
been better,
start?
but
Jesus. Ah, there we go.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at both of your guys' hands here. So, two quite interesting hands here already. You have starters, two Foxy, Lady Debug, Spinny, Diddy Crow.
Yeah.
Is that a good hand for you? Is that a bad hand for you?
Okay, because I mean, if you have debug, you have instant access to Gazelle,
Yeah,
and I think that's better than just hoping to draw good cards with Buffalo. So I'm maxing out debug instead of Buffalo.
fair enough. And on Niels' hand, we have one Foxy, one Jack Jaguar, one Falco, one Parallel Exceed Dragon, and one Salamangreat Rage. So, no real extenders there, except for the Exceed, of course, but it has to be triggered, right? Oh no, you can special
Yes.
summon it to a Link Zone. Okay,
Yeah, but it triggers on yeah
on the Link Summon,
only if
yeah.
you have Veiling,
Okay,
basically.
so he has plays as well. I thought it had to summon from the hand if something was summoned, but it just can summon whenever there's a Link monster. Okay,
Yeah.
so you start off your turn, no hand traps, so the debug, straight to the Gazelle. So were you comfortable with this hand at this point? Everything is
I was
resolving.
comfortable because I knew I was basically playing against Salamangreat, and you don't really need much because it's going to be a grind game, and you don't necessarily need too many disruptions.
Exactly.
And if you're playing against Salamangreat in a mirror, it's more like trading cards, and you won't immediately get OTK. So
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really
So you
matter.
sent Roar to the graveyard with the Gazelle, and you kept the field spell in hand, and you chose to relink for Sunlight Wolf with the Spinny. Is there any particular reason why?
I'm in the mirror. I want to keep Sanctuary in hand in case I don't have any Salamangreats left in hand, so that you can always trigger Foxy from the graveyard by discarding Sanctuary and popping theirs.
Exactly. Okay.
You can
So
also choose when you make Foxy live. That's one of
so
the huge
so you
advantages.
you value the card in hand bigger than the Spinny in the grave,
Yeah.
and of course, not having Sanctuary also negates their Foxy, so that's nice as well. So Foxy being summoned, no effect. Quite interesting. And Exceed there as well. So you had to read it here, so I assume you're not playing it.
I'm not playing it because I didn't really look at the newer cards and the newer sets.
Okay. So you negated the a little faster. You negated the Exceed Dragon to summon another from the deck.
Reason why I negated it was because if he summoned Foxy first, I assume he didn't have a better normal summon.
Yeah.
And his best play right now would be making a rank 4, like Dweller.
Yeah.
Or Dweller will copy a whole turn. So I didn't want to deal with Dweller, so that's why I negated him.
Okay. And then he discarded the Jaguar for the Foxy. You crowed the Jaguar, or the Foxy.
That was a small mistake on my part. I should have kept the Crow for the Jaguar. You'll see later in the duel why.
Because now he still has access to a monster, or...
Actually, the reason is Foxy requires a discard to summon.
Yeah, a
you can
Jaguar,
summon Jaguar
just a pointer.
Whenever you want.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's a bigger resource to take away. So he does one of the MVPs in his games, I assume. Being able to
Jaguar is indeed very good because he recycles everything.
True. He stole your baiting, so he can easily summon over the wolf. Setting 1 back row. So at this point, do you still think you're in a good position?
I do. And I'm even overestimating my position.
Okay. Picking up desires. Linking away Foxy. He's gonna Ash the Gazelle. He's gonna pop the Gazelle. Is that not kind of greedy to immediately pop Gazelle? Or...
I assume the reason why he's doing that is because he knows Balings will be sent to the graveyard during the following play.
Yeah, there's no real other option, of course.
There is one other option, but then you'll have to bet on him making that play. You don't know your opponent's hand at this point. You can eventually use Rage on Hita or maybe Update Jammer.
Yeah, any other link.
It's not the best play to do it on Hita, but if they already use their normal summon, it's okay.
Indeed. So either just do it right now while you can, or you kind of have to wait until they make a non-link Salamangreat monster, which is not a guarantee.
Exactly.
So the desires, freely activated. Ash and Impermanence, good pickups.
I did hope if I drew a Salamangreat monster, it would have been better, but yeah, 2 disruptions are also fine.
True, but no real extenders, which sucks, of course.
Exactly. My grave wasn't really looking that well right now.
Yeah, it's grave neither for your Hita. Kind of awkward place. You cannot really out it. So your baitings goes back. Then you make the unicorn. And you pass. Lady Debug, quite a good pickup. You kinda have to stop it.
Here you can see what my misplays actually did.
Yeah, because now he still has the Sunlight Wolf here. Or the Jaguar here.
Exactly. If I hadn't made that misplay, I could have actually won this game.
Yeah, now he can just easily dwell on all those resources. Keep summoning.
Grave, he wouldn't have anything, so he just passed on a Balings.
Hita coming back. Summoning your Gazelle, getting your effect.
That's the moment he basically won.
Exactly. Update Jammer. It's quite strong. Yeah, it's just game. So
not everybody plays Zero Boris, but it's a good card.
Exactly. So you lost game 1. I assume you will be going first. Any side deck options for that, or what do you expect to go first?
I basically, if you're going first, you want to side in. Yeah, obviously going first cards, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes your deck looks different for specific events. Today I was playing Sanctums inside,
Mm-hmm.
and Sanctums basically you want to lock your opponent out of their extra deck, and then you win the next turn because if they don't have access to their extra deck, then you basically win.
Yeah, exactly. Because Salamangreat is
Event
really
I played.
consistent in OTKs. So yeah, let's take a look at these hands. We have the Will, the Spinny, Dynamite, Dino Wrestler Pankratops, quite an issue for your deck, I believe.
The
Sanctuary, Sounded Mining, and your hand is pretty good as well. You already have the Gazelle.
Yep.
Quite nice. So, no Nibiru yet.
Good hand, but the thing that sucks about this hand is that I drew into Sanctuary, so you can't chain block the Buffalo.
Exactly. Drawing Nibiru here, quite strong. Still keeping a Sanctuary in hand. Nice consistency in your lines of play there.
Q.
Putting all the resources in the grave to protect. And you end your turn. This is where Niels picks up the Lightning Storm. Quite a good pickup. Has to be negated.
Yeah, you have to. There's no reason not to.
Pankratops straight to the battle phase, giving away some information about his own hand. Is he scared of anything that he specifically went into the battle phase so quick?
I think he wanted to pop Sunlight Wolf to basically, if I have Rage, I'm forced to send Gazelle.
Yeah.
And that's not really a good play because most of the time, Gazelle is the only Salamangreat you have in hand after your combos.
Yeah.
So it was a good play, I guess.
Okay, so more defensive route and just saying, I'll kill you the turn after this, not this turn. Just trying to
I was
build my
pretty
own.
happy you straight went to the battle phase because
Now he plays
then
into
I
your
didn't
Nibiru.
have the
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, summoning his own Gazelle.
Nibiru, if you have Nibiru in main, if you activate Nibiru in main phase 2, you know you're safe.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's just gonna be it. So he also has the Sanctuary in hand. Nice.
Sadly.
So here's the Reeling Sunlight. And immediately Nibiru.
That's also another misplay on my part. I should have chained it to Jack Jaguar instead of just on Wolf.
Yeah, but then he'd have a Jack Jaguar and a token, right?
No, Jack Jaguar has to summon to a link marker.
Oh,
so,
okay, so then it just doesn't resolve.
Exactly.
Yeah. So here he has the last extender in his hand, the Salamangreat Will.
Pretty good counter to Nibiru, actually.
And there's Hida. Yeah. That sucks. You know, what can you do? Nice, you can trigger your own Gazelle.
That's really good because we're in main phase 2 and Gazelle is safe. So next turn, I know for sure that Falco can resolve on my Gazelle.
So this is the third wolf he summons this turn, I believe. Yeah. So he's just trying to manage his own resources here. Picking up Circle. It's quite a good pickup there.
Even if I didn't have Circle, it would still be game.
Yeah, you still have a lot of resources. You have the Jaguar, you have the Falco to bounce your own Gazelle. Now you can just access more. And I believe at this point Niels just wants to see you play it out.
Because
Fast forward
we're
a
not
little bit.
or we don't have any time rules for this tournament, so
Yeah, exactly. So just straight for the update jammer, summoning back everything. You have to play it out correctly. And Niels recognizes here that it's game. So now you go into game 3, 1-1. You know you're second.
yeah, basically, yeah, you'll always go second in the mirror, except if they play mind games with you. Basically, when you side too much for going second,
Yeah.
they can play mind games and make you go first. I
You
don't
draw.
think that strategy really works online because you don't know how many cards your opponent is siding.
Yeah, you
But
have no
in real
information.
life,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. In real life, it's different because you can see how many cards your opponent is siding normally, and then you can decide to, yeah, if you want to go second, you're also risking it, but it's also a good move if your opponent draws all of his side cards.
Yeah, true. So online, you're just expecting to go second all the time.
Basically, yes.
And that was indeed true. Two interesting hands here. Let's look at Niels first. The different dimension ground, Spinny, Exceed, Dragon, Barolo, Ash, and Nibiru. Quite good. And your hand is not so good for starting your combos off. But it is good to survive the Nibiru, the Phantasme, the Crow.
I agree because normally if you went first, this hand would be really bad. But going second, it's doable because Phantasme can fix your hand and Nibiru can guarantee your safety.
Yeah, you just know for sure you're not gonna die, which is good enough at this point of the match.
Exactly.
So immediately doing the Phantasme now. Being ashed. Okay. That's not even that bad for you at this point.
Yeah, it was actually good because then I know Phantasme won't be tributed for Nibiru.
Yeah, true. That's a lot of attack and defense to not counteract, and and Phantasme will come up later as well. So here's the Sunlight Wolf, and here you Nibiru. Quite fast, I think. Not waiting on any Link Force, or you just don't want him to add back Ash.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want him to add Ash because he can stop Phantasme the following turn again. And if I draw something good for my, if my sixth card is something like Lady Debug or Silent Mining, he ashes that. It's really bad for me.
True. So this Nibiru has 4,000 defense. Quite strong.
And you can see from his hand, or actually his starting play, that his hand isn't really good. Because if you normal summon Spinny, which you basically never want to do,
Exactly.
then the hand looks pretty bad. So that's why I did Nibiru immediately.
That's fair. You kind of expect that he has no extenders after that. So you pick up the second Jaguar, which is not that good.
That really seeing multiples of the same card really sucks. But when I normal summoned it and he activated the different dimension ground, it was okay because then I knew I could sacrifice the Jaguar because I already have one in hand.
Yeah, true. So at this point, he activated the different dimension ground indeed. And like, what are your plays here? Because what can you really do at this point? Not much, right?
You can't really do much. The thing is, you don't want to waste your resources into basically nothing because with this hand I can't really go for a really good board.
Yeah.
If he didn't have different dimension ground, I would try to get over the Nibiru token by summoning Balings first and then summoning Jaguar underneath it. Then I'd make Hita special summon a random Cyberse monster. Or did he have one?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He has the wolf as well, so Wolf and the
Don't think
Valence.
I would be able to out it if he doesn't. Nope. I have to make update jammer to out the Nibiru.
Exactly.
Basically, I can't make update jammer with this field.
So the Dimension Ground, like it's good against your deck, but right now it's not really hurting because you couldn't do anything anyway. So yeah.
True, but if I would be better off if he didn't activate it at all.
Yeah, true. Then you could make some progressive plays for the next turn.
Indeed.
So the token is gonna stay at least until the
I
next
can't
turn.
really do anything about the token. If I did, it would be really bad investing resources while different dimension grounds is active. I could make unicorn to bounce it, but yeah, it doesn't make much sense to do that.
Exactly, you don't want to ruin all of your resources.
I could just wait on him to attack Hita.
Exactly, like it's fine to just end your board on this. So he picks up the Desires. It's a good card. Drawing both Cyanide Mining and Lady Debug. Okay, so let's look at the banished cards. 1 Ash, 1 Spinny, Gazelle, Imperial Order, Will, Exceed, Buffalo, Falco, Foxy, Desires. Not a good Desires for Niels here. He lost a lot of important cards.
Can still win without Gazelle, but Gazelle is so important.
Exactly, like the Falco banish and the Gazelle banish together, it kind of sucks. So he can...
That's why in the mirror, I always side out Pot of Desires, because you know it's going to be a grind game, and you don't want to play a grind game without your most important pieces.
Yeah, indeed. Because even you know at this point you're not dead, and Niels knows that with 5 cards in hand, it's going to be quite difficult to play through this.
Yes.
So some thinking of Niels. Here's the Foxy, and this time you allow it. Good, just a good play. And here the token is in the place of an important zone.
Yes.
Quite interesting as well.
I realized my mistake by now. The crow on Foxy.
Yeah,
because
so
if
you
you
learn
say
from that.
crow yeah, exactly. If you use crow on something else, it's better, like Jaguar, or even if he tries to make a transcode talker, and with the update jammer, it's really good to just crow the update jammer. You're really far ahead if you do that.
True. So here you pick up Gizmek Kaku, which is a good card in your deck, specifically in the mirror.
Yes.
Interesting pickup for the next turn. Definitely has some breaking boards. So Niels cannot really do much here as well, I think, so he just went straight to battle phase.
I think that's a correct play on his part.
To kick the Phantasme?
Yeah, because Phantasme just... It's a good body on board, and it can negate impermanence or something. It's just a good card in general.
Not true, but you kind of have access to Sunlight, to like another Salamangreat here, and it's linked to... Isn't the Sunlight Wolf more important than the Phantasme?
I think it's more important indeed, but since I don't have anything in the graveyard, Sunlight
really
Wolf
matter.
doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was... Like, it's a link to... It's so risky. Like, I'm, of course, from another perspective. Like, from the... I'm not playing Salamangreat. So, in my opinion, I have to kill the wolf.
Yeah. I do agree on that part. But I think Niels is thinking differently because he's playing Security Dragon. And if Phantasme was on the field, I could have just negated Security Dragon.
True.
I still have access to my Hita.
Yeah, quite difficult. 3 pretty good cards. And there is the Security Dragon. Sending back the Hita, also outed. Now he links them both away for his own Hita. Ending his turn there. You pick up Rage. And now some nice link climbing
do want to add that I shuffled Sanctuary away with Phantasme, so I want to search it again with Balings.
Yeah. Pretty good. Just an
I
additional
did
plus.
a lot of unnecessary summoning.
Yeah.
I should expect that my opponent has an Ibiru, so I should have just kept it under 4 summons. Because even if I summon out all these monsters on board, there's not really anything I'm gaining from it because I already have Rage in hand. I have enough monsters. I don't need to overextend. So the best play I could have done here was just keep it under 4 summons, reeling the wolf, set Rage, and Gizmag just attack and just wait for the next turn to kill him.
Yeah, just like he did a couple of turns earlier. So now you overextended here, you recognize that, but you have a pretty beefy token.
Yeah,
Niels,
that's the downside for Niels.
yeah, he
When
is like that.
you if you're on such a big board, you can't really get over the token really easily with salads.
So he still has the Foxy and the Jaguar in the grave, which are some form of resource, but you still have Crow and the Rage. So I'd say you're in a pretty good position at this point. Setting the Rage. He picks up his own Crow. Just not going to help him here. So straight to the main phase. So he cannot summon anything. Rage
He's
discard.
basically stuck with his only beer token.
True. Rage discards Falco. Falco sets Rage. Picking up the mining. Do you ever activate Sanctuary? I've only seen you discard it at this point.
Yeah, that's the reason why I keep it in hand. It's really important to just have resources in the mirror match. That's why I always keep it.
Well, it works out for you. This is 4 summons, by the way. You have game on board. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Niels recognizes that it's over. And that's another win for the Netherlands. So how do you look back on this match? Was this a good match for you, or?
It was definitely a good match, and misplay, I get really frustrated. But this time, instead of being frustrated with myself, I just decided to, take it as a lesson and learn and, avoid making these mistakes in the future. So
Exactly.
I think it was a really
It's important that even in like times like these where we play a lot less because there are no tournaments, it's still important to keep the mindset good and healthy. And
yes.
yeah, like I personally think like after game 1 it looked kind of miserable. It was like, this is gonna suck, but you came back game 2 and even game 3 you were there and you were playing better. You learned from your mistakes, and yeah, you did a real good job in my opinion. And
Thank you very much.
we are still 6-0 at the moment. Yeah. So tomorrow, I believe, tomorrow or Monday, we're gonna have Raphael playing.
Tomorrow is Monday.
Tomorrow is Monday, and then it should be tomorrow. I lost the days don't exist for me anymore, man. It's quarantine shit. It's getting to me. So yeah, Raphael should be playing soon, and then in the last round we have Kim from Compound, well-known Belgian player, versus Eugene from Team Card Guild. Which is gonna be interesting to see. And after that, the tournament will maybe be done already.
There's one Joker, so
yeah, exactly. So that's a rule that I did not discuss on the channel yet. Each team picks a Joker. It's a player that if he loses, he still is in the tournament. So they basically have 9 lives. And the catch is that each team picked 3 players that cannot be the Joker. So of course they picked like Raphael and Joshua, and I believe you as well. So you cannot be the Joker, and we picked like Max and Kim and someone else. But we already know that Leon, his name is, right? Raphael's opponent. Liam Claessens, I think. He's the Belgian Joker, because he's the last player standing. And they still have a Joker. And our team still has our Joker, so we're in a good position. And I kind of want to see if the Belgians can maybe 9-0 us in the future. It's kind of be interesting.
Maybe with two player. Yeah, I think they have 2 players left and one Joker.
Yeah,
one
they have
Joker.
3 lives, so there are still at least 3 games more coming to feature. So yeah, this was this match. So thank you, Everton, for joining me.
You're
Some
welcome.
really insightful comments there. You will definitely be on more on the channel because I really like doing this very informative and very learning experiences. Yeah, I never play these decks, so I have no idea what's happening, like the specifics. So yeah, anything else you want to add to that, or?
Um, Not really, but shout out to Card Guild.
Yeah, shout out to Card Guild, definitely.
Like in the water chat, the
Yeah.
shout out to the Marines YouTube channel and Evolution Online Tournaments.
Oh my God, he did it! It's in there. No, I messed up. I should not have allowed that. Check out Evolution Online Tournaments. A great place to play currently online. Yeah. So that was
Please.
it. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next duel.